Nigeria Today in History, Wednesday, December 15, 2010. Chief Anthony Enahoro, Nigeria's foremost anti-colonial and pro-democracy activist, died. Chief Anthony Eromosele Enahoro, CFR, 22 July 1923 to 15 December 2010, was one of Nigeria's foremost anti-colonial and pro-democracy activists. He was born the eldest of 10 children in Uromi, present-day Edo State of Nigeria. His earthly parents were Anastasius Okataku Enahoro, 1900 to 1968, and Fidelia Victoria Enibokunni Ogbidi Okoji, 1906 to 1969. Enahoro had a long and distinguished career in the press, politics, civil service, and the pro-democracy movement. Educated at Government School Uromi, Government School Owo, and King's College, Lagos. Enahoro became the editor of Nnamdi Azikiwe's newspaper, The Southern Nigerian Defender, Ibadan, in 1944 at the age of 21, thus becoming Nigeria's youngest editor ever. He later became the editor of Zig's Comet, Kano, 1945 to 1949, associate editor of West African Pilot, Lagos, and editor-in-chief of Morning Star from 1950 to 1953. In 1953, Enahoro became the first to move the motion for Nigeria's independence, which was eventually granted in 1960 after several political setbacks and defeats in the parliament. Enahoro has been regarded by academics and many Nigerians as the father of Nigeria's state. His initial motion for Nigeria's independence suffered a setback in the parliament, with the northern members of the parliament staging a walkout as a consequence of the motion. Notwithstanding the defeat in the parliament, a popular movement was started on account of this motion, and the pressure was now mounted against colonialism, and there were agitations for independence of Nigeria, or at least self-governance. S.L. Akintola attempted to revisit the motion for Nigeria's independence in 1957, and though his motion was passed by the parliament, it was not acquiesced by the British colonial authorities, and it therefore failed. In August 1958, Remi Fani Kayode revisited Enahoro's motion, and the motion was again passed by the parliament, but its date was not approved by the British. Fani Kayode's motion had called for independence to be granted to Nigeria on April 1960. In furtherance of Enahoro's original motion, a further motion was proposed to the parliament by Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa in 1959, and it was passed. As a consequence of the sustained pressure, the colonial governor announced the decision of the British to grant independence in 1960. Nigeria was granted independence on 1st October 1960. His stint in politics. In 1950, he and Arthur Prest founded the Midwest Party. Enahoro had already started the Midwest Press, and he published the Nigerian newspaper from 1950 to 1953. The Midwest Party became part of the Action Group in 1951. Enahoro was a delegate to most of the constitutional conferences leading to the independence of Nigeria in 1960. During the Nigerian crisis that followed the 1966 coup, Enahoro was the leader of the then Midwest delegation to the Ad hoc Constitutional Conference in Lagos. He later became Federal Commissioner, Minister for Information and Labour under the General Yakubu Gowon military government 1967 to 1974, Federal Commissioner for Special Duties 1975. He later became a member of the National Party of Nigeria (NPN) 1978 to 1983. He was the president World Festival of Negro Arts and Culture. Enahoro was the chairman of the National Democratic Coalition (NADECO), a pro-democracy group that fought dictator Sani Abacha till Abacha's death. Enahoro was conferred with the National Honor of Commander, Order of the Federal Republic (CFR) in 1982, and was the chairman of the Movement for National Reformation (MNR), as well as the Pro-National Conference Organization (PRONACO). He was awarded honorary DSc by the University of Benin in 1972. His publications include the treatise Fugitive Offender. Enahoro was survived by his wife Helen 1932 to 2012. There are 5 children, several grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. Source: Wikipedia. Follow for more. December 15, 2024.